Hi there, it's Tracy Daviero from Your VA Mentor. Thank you very much for being with me here today. I am coming to you from my front porch because it's beautiful out, and I decided to come out and record a few videos. So today I want to talk about boundaries and procedures. I came across a really neat quote a while back anyway, and it's from Calvin Coolidge. And the quote is, "The only difference between a mob and a trained army is organization." And it's really true, right? I mean, it's kind of a funny quote, a mob and a trained army, but it's absolutely true that organization is one of the things that will really help you. It will really help you run your business better and really just stop pulling out your hair if you're getting very busy. When you're working with multiple clients, or if your work day looks different every single day, if you are managing a lot of different tasks and you're balancing your home, business, job, whatever else comes into your schedule. Right now I'm on my front porch because it's the day off for my husband and my son who work in the restaurant industry, and my mother-in-law is also visiting. So there's three of them there. It's a bit chaotic whenever everybody's home, and certainly it's a work day for me. It's Monday, so you have to just kind of balance everything, right, and get the things done that you want to get done in the easiest way possible. So when you are trying to get things either worked out on a single day basis like me today, or if you're looking to sort of get better routines, procedures, habits, that kind of thing happening in your business, what you need to do is set boundaries and procedures. And you'll find that whenever you make some decisions around how people are supposed to act, you can easily turn your mob into a trained army. My mob is back on the back deck in my pool. But it really makes things easier. You just sort of set some boundaries, set some rules up, I guess, for everybody, and then everybody understands, and things can go a lot smoother. So places you should set boundaries in your business are things around business hours. If you let your clients and your family and anybody else who's involved in your life know when you're supposed to be working or when you intend to be working, that's a really good thing. It helps everybody to sort of understand, when is work time and when is quiet time. I used to work on my laptop, and I would take my laptop, and while we were watching TV after dinner, I would sort of putter around and that kind of thing. And my husband said to me at one point, "You work all the time." And I wasn't really working. I was sort of, maybe I was doing a little bit of work, and maybe I was doing a little bit of social media and stuff. But because there was no boundary there was no clear indication to him whenever I was working or not working, it was a little confusing for him. And so he didn't know whether he could talk to me or whether he was interrupting me or slowing me down, that kind of thing. So setting business hours and sticking to them is a really, really good way to begin the rules setting around your business things. Communication methods also really important. Clients need to know how to get in touch with you, what you expect, what your response times are. I always like to talk about things in terms of not being at the ready for your clients. If somebody calls you and you pick up the phone, then you can get distracted from working maybe on another client's work. And when you're managing your time and you're managing your billable time, your billable hours and all that type of thing, it's really important to stay on task. So I always talk about response times and let people know what they can expect from you in terms of when you will get back to them. Setting deadlines for your work. Always very important too. When someone gives you something, it's not an indication that it needs to be turned around immediately. Sometimes when you have a job, that's the way it is, because normally the person who's giving you the work is the one who's your boss, right? But when you're running a business, you're the one who gets to manage all your own schedule, and because nobody is your full-time boss, you are the boss actually. So you need to make sure that you let somebody know that you've received the work and when you can turn it around for them. Maybe you want to have some boundaries in place for last-minute tasks or emergencies. That's always going to come up in your business. And, most of the time, I normally would just turn down emergency work, because once you do it once, clients get really conditioned to be able to provide something with you at the last minute. So if you're not turning down the last-minute work and you're not billing properly for it, you're teaching your clients how to treat you, and that's really not a good thing. So in terms of procedures, you want to, when you start working with a client, maybe you want to send them a how I work document as part of your intake or your onboarding procedure. And if so, when you sort of spell things out, they may be in your contract, but in my experience, a lot of clients, they don't even read the contract until they need to get out of it, or change something in it. So it's always really good after you bring a client in to send them a how we work or how I work document that lets them know what your response times are, how to communicate with your what you expect, what your expectations are and what theirs are. Also, procedures around developing routines is important. The more you do things regularly, the better you get at them. So if you don't have a morning routine in your business, then it's probably a really good thing to start to put in place, because it helps you to start your day properly. In terms of starting your day or even starting a task, actually, routines are really, really good. When you consistently do things the same way, you get more effective at them. Maybe then you can even figure out some ways to automate some things. There's lots of different ways that routine plays into your business. Procedures are a really important part of it. The other piece of procedures is that you can verify the tasks that get completed, whether your client needs that information or whether you need it for your billing. And so those are some really important things that I think are good to establish in your business if you don't have them already. So a little bit of homework for today. Set some boundaries if you don't have them already. And so in terms of setting office hours, if you don't work at the same time every day, that if you can set something up that is sort of standard, maybe you only work afternoons, maybe you only work evenings, just let people know that this is when you'll be in the office. And if you are one of those people who works in the evenings, you don't particularly have to tell your clients that, but you can let them know that you'll get back to them within 4 hours on an email, or 6 hours, or whatever it is, and 24 hours on a voicemail, or whatever it is. You can set your own boundaries, but think about how things would make your days work better, so that you're not always working with a mob, certainly not an angry mob, and you have something more like a trained army in place. People will get accustomed to whatever it is that you set up, as long as you're holding yourself accountable to the boundaries and to the procedures as well. And and everybody then understands them, right? If you're breaking them, then it's just going to sort of trickle down to everybody else as well. So number 2, if you don't have a how I work document yet for your clients, or for your website, you can even put it on a page on your website. Develop one of those. It really helps people to understand how things work, and that you're not their employee, right? And the third thing, if you don't have procedures for general things that you do in your business, or tasks that you are looking after in your business, start to build those as well. It is time consuming to get it done, but at the same time, once it's done, it's done. And they're really, really helpful to grow your business, or to help you to stay on task. If you do, sometimes get distracted, certainly during the summertime, we have these issues all the time where there's more people probably in our house than we're used to. And, if you do get called away for any reason, you can come back and sort of pick things up and really know that you've gotten everything done. So I hope that helps you. I look forward to coming back to with some more training videos for you. If you are interested in learning more about me, you can go to yourvamentor.com. And because this is up on my YouTube channel, I have to say it. My son tells me, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks so much. Have a great day.